In the grey wastes of dredge, the haunt of shattered gulls, where nothing moves but in a shroud of silence like the dead. The Namib, surely the most inhospitable place in the world. An almost waterless land with rainfall of less than 25 millimeters a year. A land of shifting sands and desolate wind-incised rocks, stretching from the great escarpment in the east 100 kilometers to the stormy Atlantic Ocean in the west. The Diamond Coast, where the cold Benguela current sweeps northwards from the Antarctic along the African coast. Yet here, in this arid, desolate land, often shrouded in cold, damp mists, which provide the moisture that enables the short scrub, the succulents, and living things to survive, is a thriving community, a technological miracle where man has pushed back the mighty ocean to uncover the greatest treasure store in the world, diamonds. Diamonds, the most prized gem of them all, and according to legend, just lying there in the sand waiting to be picked up by any traveler brave enough to venture into this dangerous country. But where did these diamonds come from? Even today, no one is absolutely sure. Some geologists say that they came from long-dead volcanoes beneath the sea. Others that they have been transported from far inland by ancient rivers which swept them out to sea. Wherever they came from, the sea washed them onto various shorelines as the sea advanced and retreated in successive geological ages. They lodged in the cracks and folds of the original upthrust rocky coastlines and were covered by the drifting sands to await discovery by man eons later. Then, almost by accident, a railway worker, Zacharias Lewala, who at one time had worked in the diamond mines in Kimberley, discovered diamonds in April 1908. Acting on instructions from his supervisor, August Stauff, to keep his eyes open for any unusual stones, he found a pretty stone by the railway line near Kolmanskop and thought it might be a diamond. It was, and the country's diamond rush was on. By August, claims covered the land north of Pomona, and in the next 6 years, more than 5 million carats of diamonds, worth more than 8,500,000 pounds, about 17 million rand, were recovered. Some control was necessary, and the government of the day declared the area forbidden territory, the Sperrgebied, policed by camel patrol. Sir Ernest Oppenheimer formed Consolidated Diamond Mines of Southwest Africa, now CDM Pty Limited, in 1920, with its head office in Lüderitz. Until 1932, production was confined to Lüderitz and Bogenfels, with huge recovery plants at Elizabeth Bay and Kolmanskop. Prospectors, however, were looking much further afield than Lüderitz. In 1927, Dr. Hans Merensky discovered diamonds in quantity at Alexander Bay in South Africa. The following year, CDM began prospecting in the Sperrgebied, just north of the Orange River. They too found diamonds in quantity, ironically only a few meters from an old barren prospect pit, which had been dug in 1909. But the depressed years of the early 30s precluded any expansion. It wasn't until 1935, 4 years after De Beers took technical control of CDM, that mining began there in earnest. In 1936, a new town, a neatly laid out collection of small prefabricated houses, was established and named Oranjemund. From these unlikely beginnings in a dry, sandy desert was to blossom an oasis. The new mining area soon proved to be even more richly endowed with diamonds than the old, and in 1944 head office was moved to Oranjemund. But transport was still a problem. It was a long haul over difficult terrain from Kolmanskop to Oranjemund. Only after the Sir Ernest Oppenheimer Bridge was opened in 1951 was a secure and relatively quick transport route established. The provision of electric power also presented the De Beers engineers with an interesting challenge because of the mine's remoteness from power sources. Enormous diesel generators were shipped to Oranjemund, and the power station built there was one of the largest privately operated diesel stations in the southern hemisphere. Rising fuel costs and the availability led to electricity being purchased from the national power suppliers, who had established power lines to the diamond mines of the Namib. Winning diamonds from the marine terraces and beaches has become a highly sophisticated mining and treatment operation. Pushing back the sea in certain areas to allow recovery to be carried out seaward of the high water mark is one dramatic example of the application of mining know-how. An earth-moving wonder by a vast fleet of earth-moving machines. Giant bucket wheel excavators pick up millions of cubic meters of primary overburden a year. The latest innovation in stripping techniques is a dredge manufactured in CDM's Oranjemund workshops. All needed to remove the millions of tons of sandy overburden for the diamond-bearing gravels to be reached, an overburden which can be as little as a meter thick or even more than 25 meters. Huge bowl scrapers, helped by dozers, scoop up the sandy overburden. They dump it on the beaches to build a wall to hold back the sea so that the diamondiferous gravels can be exposed. When the diamondiferous gravel is exposed, hydraulic excavators move in, cleaning it down to the bedrock. Most of CDM's diamonds lie in the bottom of the bedrock gullies, so teams of lashers armed with shovels and brooms sweep the gullies to recover the diamonds. Modern technology is also used to improve recovery. Large vacuum machines have been developed to increase efficiency. The diamondiferous material is loaded into trucks which take it to one of the treatment plants. Maintenance of such a vast number of vehicles and equipment is a major occupation in itself. Large, well-equipped workshops situated at Oranjemund in the mining area are staffed by artisans and mechanics who can do everything from changing a 3-meter diameter tire to the complete rebuild of any of the numerous machines making up the earth-moving fleet. 4 treatment plants have been commissioned to improve the efficiency of diamond recovery. The feed to the treatment plants is crushed, screened, washed, and crushed again until there is nothing larger than 25 millimeters. Anything less than 2 millimeters is discarded. In order to separate the diamond-bearing conglomerate from the non-diamond-bearing boulders, a boulder bouncing technique developed by metallurgists at CDM uses the fact that boulders bounce differently from conglomerate, which is sand, gravels and boulders in which the diamonds are cemented. The sized material containing the diamonds goes to a dense media plant where heavy liquid separates the light material. Diamonds are in the heavy fraction together with the garnets and ilmenite. The concentrate from all operating treatment plants is sent to a central recovery plant. Most diamonds fluoresce under X-ray, and this machine extracts them. Recovery efficiency is virtually 100%. The final concentrate, a fraction of 1% of the input, goes to the sort house for hand sorting. Almost 1 million carats of diamonds a year are recovered from millions of tons of sand and gravel. Diamonds which are principally gem quality are sold through the central selling organization in London. From the profits, taxes are paid, providing income for the administration of the country to the benefit of all of its inhabitants. But what of supply? Today, prospecting is undertaken on land and at sea from prospecting ships to establish where nature has deposited her treasure. The running of an operation of this size and complexity depends on the expertise of its highly skilled people. Training of new employees and retraining of employees at CDM is divided into two main branches: engineering technical training and non-technical training. At CDM, apprentices are taught all the trades and can qualify as artisans. Those with a flair for engineering but lacking the necessary educational qualifications can specialize in various aspects of a variety of trades. The training of earth-moving vehicle operators and bus drivers is a prime function of the training department. Non-technical training includes administrative work and supervisory training. In a place as remote as Oranjemund, the welfare of the employees and their families is of prime importance. CDM has a population of about 9,000, of which half are workers from Ovambo. At the hostels, there are library and education facilities, a general store and recreation rooms, as well as canteens. To feed the unmarried employees, a sophisticated central kitchen with ancillary reconstitution kitchens at the messes and hostels has been introduced. The meals cooked in the central kitchen are tasty, varied and nourishing. To the newcomer, Oranjemund has an air of unreality about it. Colourful gardens and modern buildings contrast sharply with the surrounding desert. It has all the services and amenities of a modern town. A bank, a post office, churches, a shopping centre, a butchery, a greengrocer shop, and so on. There is a well-equipped hospital that is capable of dealing with most emergencies and gives dental treatment. A primary school. Older children travel away to school, a grant being made by the company towards their boarding fees. A nursery school for the town's youngsters. All are run by the company. To supplement the food requirements of Oranjemund, Vallon, a 490-hectare farm with rich, fertile soil on the south bank of the Orange River, which separates Namibia from South Africa, is an emerald in the sand. A fine herd of cows supplies dairy products, milk, cream, butter, cottage cheese and yogurt. Poultry and pigs. All from a farm irrigated by the waters of the mighty Orange River. Recreation is as important as good living conditions, and at Oranjemund there are recreation clubs. A library.
She was insisting on floating right up the water.
Restaurants and cinema shows in town and at the hostels. And many sporting facilities. There's even a seawater lake for any activities you care to mention. An 18-hole grass golf course, with the desert the largest sand trap in the world. CDM's operations have been developed at immense capital cost over the years to mine diamonds efficiently in a remote, barren wasteland. The engineers, taking their cue from King Canute, have moved mountains of sand and have pushed back the sea to mine the beach more than 250 meters beyond the high water mark. They have beaten the fury and wildness of the Atlantic. They have overcome the remorseless desert to uncover this treasure chest of gem diamonds buried under the sands of the Namib Desert millions of years ago.